And we are good to go. We're recording. Let's have a show. Oh, and good morning, Christian Carl from the Philippines. God, look at this international crowd. I love it. Czech Republic, Philippines. Jess, where are you calling in from? Mac, where are you calling in from? This is so cool. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's do this thing. Good morning. Welcome to PhotoJoseph's Photo Moment, first live daily show on YouTube. That's right. That's where we are. And for those of you who don't get to watch live, if you can, watching live is so much fun because I get to interact with my fabulous audience like the Extender, Jess, Mac, Christian. Mac is 11 ATM. I don't know what that means. and Mephisto calling in from Germany. We got people in from the Czech. We got people in from Philippines, Germany. This is so cool. I love it. Hey, yesterday's photo moment was about these little guys, these little lenses, which if you saw it, it was a complete botched of a photo moment because I didn't realize that these didn't actually work. And it turns out, reading through all the comments, lots of people who were immensely knowledgeable about this, telling me I need different types of adapters and educating me on lenses and where they, different types of lenses for different cameras, a bit the history of how these things came to be, which had to do with World War II. Fascinating stuff. Really cool. Go back to yesterday's video and read through some of the comments. It's really cool. Really cool stuff in there. So, now we got someone in from Portugal, someone in from Poland, but now in London, and I love it. That is just too cool. Oh, 11 at the moment watching. Thank you, Mac. Super cool. So many people coming from all over the place. So today's photo moment is going to be a photo critique. A chap by the name of, get my notes back up here, Oliver Grau from a company in Germany sent me a photo that he already had some, like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm thinking of doing next, but wanted a little bit of tips and advice and just overall wisdom on it. And this is a marketing photo for his company, for this little Valentine's Day card that they're producing. And he's doing a marketing photo for them. I guess it's a small company. They don't have the budget to hire out to a professional photographer, which always bums me out because that's what I am. Oh, shush. But, hey, we help out where we can, and sometimes that's just how you start, and then you get to a point where you say, great, now we can afford to hire a professional. Or for our friend Oliver, who is in the IT department, who knows, maybe one day he'll be that professional photographer, which is pretty awesome. Okay, let's take a look at the photo, and actually, I'm just going to pull it up. Let's do this real quick. So there's the picture that he sent me. We'll ignore the mouse thing on the side. There's the picture he sent me, and let's put it here, and I'm going to read to you what he has sent. So this is a slightly truncated version of the message he sent. I've been tasked by my company to do a proof of concept for some product photography. The product is a foldable Valentine's Day greeting card. So that's an important part of this. It's Valentine's Day, little greeting card, foldable. The foldable thing, he explains that I don't have in here, but if we look at the picture again, the flowers kind of pop up when you open it up. So they're like folded in the back or something. It's cute. Very cute little design. I like it. Okay. So he says, at the moment, the picture's taken at f1.7 for a half second under candlelight. He says, and he says also later on that he's using the GX8 and the Panasonic 42.5 f1.7 lens. And this is something I've talked about a little bit before. I have no idea when, but GX8 is a great camera. This is the same focal length, 42.5 millimeter, as the Nocticron lens. And the Nocticron is the f1.2, which is just like the most gorgeous lens in the lineup. But this little guy is tiny, lightweight, very affordable, and it's an f1.7, and it's still shallow depth of field for portraits. It's a really nice lens. So if you can't afford the Nocticron, this is a fantastic alternative. So just throwing that out there. So that's what he shot this with. Okay, so this is shot at f1.7, half a second under candlelight, obviously on a tripod. I'm planning to change the aperture to 2.8 or slightly more to get the whole card with the flowers into focus and to sharpen the image a little bit more. I'll move the wine glass on the right. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Let's do it this way. I'll bring this up while I'm reading it. I will, where was I? I will move the wine glass on the right slightly to the front while turning the WMF logo under the tie. So if you look here, you'll see there is a logo on the glass. So he realizes that shouldn't be there. So he's just going to rotate it so it's under the tie. So we got the tie here. Okay, good. And put a little wine in the glass. Very good idea. The cloth in the front on the left, and that would be this big shadow here, which we can't really see anything of. It's just a big shadow. Says the cloth in the front on the left is going to be exchanged for a light colored bra that should be just able to be recognized as such. I'm still figuring out how to light that. Excellent. The picture should give the expression that the person who received the card had quite the successful Valentine's Day. I like that a lot. So I love European marketing. A little suggestive. That's okay. American marketing, we don't do that. We're afraid of that sort of thing. You can't say the S word on TV. It's terrible. Anyway, so a little suggestive. I like that. And where was I? I chose the square format to give some Instagram vibe. Okay, cool. So expanding on the above, the card itself says, "We wish you a happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Ranke." You fold it up, and the 3 flowers that come in are put into pre-cut slits. As I said, they just kind of unfold and pop out. For the final picture, I'm going to do 2 versions. One card out of the box, I guess like this is, and one card where I use some glue and a cutter to make the folds look perfect. I personally believe, and this is an important part, I like this, I personally believe that an imperfect look makes it far more honest and believable, but marketing seems to think otherwise. Excellent. Other things he says, I put a green napkin in the background because that's the company color. I'm also planning to put some more light on the background so you can make out the wine bottle and the second glass on the left a little better. Really just a little bit. Okay, so I think all of his ideas here are fantastic. Let's get the picture up nice and big here. And again, so we're looking at this card that pops up. He's already going to close down the lens a little bit so he gets a little bit more in focus because one of the flowers here is out of focus. And that's legit. You know, it's important. You want to see the product completely in focus on there. He's going to add a little bit of wine to the wine glass here. Excellent. He's going to turn the wine glass so we don't see this WFM logo thing on there. He's going to replace this area here with a slightly lit bra, and he's going to set up the wine bottle and another wine glass back here so that you can see them as well, which I think are all really, really great suggestions. I think every single one of those is a very good idea. Other things that I would add to it, if when he's kind of resetting the shot, if you end up having the wine glass be a little bit more visible, like up to the top, then you might want to consider adding lipstick to it, just kind of that little touch of the romance, the lipstick on the glass. It's always kind of a nice little sexy thing to add in there. So if that shows up in the shot, if he keeps the framing as it is, it's probably not going to show up. So it's not going to be a concern. The white balance on this feels a little bit too warm to me. I get it's candlelight. You want it to be warm, but it feels a little bit too warm to me. So I'd probably cool it a little bit, not much, just a hair, just a tiny bit. And honestly, that could come down to screen calibration as well. The card is a little bit too perfectly front and center for my taste. I think I would like to see it just off center a little bit, just rotate a little bit, maybe off to the side. So a little bit kilter, a little bit off to the side. I think that would be, that would help to give it that more natural, Instagrammy, we just took this picture and posted it, as opposed to a proper studio shot type of a vibe. I think that's an important thing to do. You know, you don't want it to have, you're trying to strike a balance between, it's a corporate ad, we want it to show off the product really well, but also we want it to feel like a natural photo that someone took in this environment and not a studio shot. And I think part of that is making sure that the product isn't perfectly positioned and perfectly lit. Even, part of it being out of focus is not a bad thing. As he said in the beginning, he shot at 170. He's going to open up to stop down to 2.8 so that he gets a little bit more depth of field. And that's fine, but maybe not necessary. Don't feel like the card has to be 100% in focus. Now, I do recognize that he's battling with marketing here, who's saying that they want a really clean, perfectly lit thing. And I would suggest that you've got 2 different uses for this. You can have your perfect studio shot. There's the card on a white background, perfectly lit. You can see every moment of it. And that can be good for the website, the click here to buy. I want to see what this looks like. But for your marketing that's going on social media, maybe it's going to print ad, whatever it's going to be, you want something that is alluring. That is this whole idea of aspirational, right? Aspirational imagery, aspirational photography, aspirational product photography, whatever it might be. It's not about the aspirations of the company. It's funny because I just had this discussion with someone the other day. It's not about the aspirations of the company. Oh, we want to market to this type of clientele, or it's more the aspiration of the person looking at it, right? If let's say as a photographer, right? As a photographer, I look at photography by some of the greatest photographers in the world. And if I see an ad done by Canon or Nikon or Panasonic or anybody, and you see this just unbelievable photo taken by this incredible photographer, and you look at that and you go, oh my God, I want to shoot like that. Well, by looking at the connection here is, I want to shoot like that. To shoot like that, I need this gear, right? That's kind of the connection. I want to play basketball like that guy. And I probably need those shoes to be that good. It's this aspirational idea. And here it's this aspirational idea of, I want to be in that situation. I want to have that lifestyle. I want to be the guy whose tie it is on the table with the bra that's thrown down next to it and the half-drunk glass of wine and this Valentine's Day card. Like, I want to be that guy or that girl. I want to be that person. Looking at this aspirational image gives you that, oh, that could be me. That could be me, and that's what I'm going to strive for. I'm going to buy that card because then maybe I can get myself into that situation. That's just marketing, right? That's your marketing aspirational aspect, aspirational perspective to it. Think about Apple ads. Apple ads are not about the product. It's about a lifestyle. I want to be that kid. I want to be that musician. I want to be that dancer. I want to be that cook. Whatever it is, it's that aspirational. I want to be like that. I want to have a life like that. And that's what it is. And that's what you're doing here. So that you can tell marketing that straight up picture that they want, that super clean image, fine for the web page, click here to buy, but that's not your marketing, and that's not what you want to do to sell the image. So anyway, other than that, I mean, I think this is great. Like I said, I'd take it off center a little bit, make the card not quite so perfectly positioned. The wine in the wine glass for sure, the bra for sure. Really, there isn't anything else I'd change. I think it's a very good. You're absolutely on the right path. The suggestions that you've made are spot on, and I think you're going to have a great image. And hopefully, your marketing department can be convinced. I see a tiny little hair. This is the kind of thing we don't want. There's a little hair down there. You'll want to clean that up, either retouch it or remove it. And maybe it's not hair. Maybe it's a scratch. Who knows? But that's not cool. You want to get rid of that. But otherwise, I like it. Let's just see what people are saying in the comments here. Mephisto saying German postcard crazy stuff. Lark said, oh wait, no, we'll come back to those things. Oh, Joseph, lipstick. Jeffrey saying, come on, a little lipstick, why not? All right, maybe that's too much. Jeffrey saying the flowers don't really read as part of the card. That's an interesting point. That is an interesting point, but unless you're seeing it from behind, you're probably not going to be able to see that. I think maybe at a little bit of an angle, you would see that. I think you'd be able to tell. But it's a good point. It's a fair point. Jess is saying, I don't know if make it too busy, but you could add a couple of corks. Maybe that's adding too many objects. So corks from the wine bottles. Yeah, I think that's probably getting to be too many elements in here. We keep it simple. I don't think we need to add more elements to it. But a nice suggestion. I like the suggestion, but I think it's not necessary. You don't like my lipstick suggestion? All right, maybe that's going too far. And let's see here. All right, so there's a couple other comments that are not related to this. I see what people are asking about here. Max saying I ordered the Pentagon 50 millimeter. I don't know what that is. Pentagon Auto 50 1.8 lens, M42. Oh, you're talking about a vintage lens. Okay, cool. Sweet. Well, let me know, Mac, how that works out, and maybe that's the next lens I need to get because I got to figure out what to get for this thing. Larks is asking how the skateboard snowboarding video is going. Any progress? Absolutely. I was working on those yesterday, recorded some intros, outros, and did most of the rest of the editing. I did most of the editing on the plane on the way home from Florida. Couldn't on the way there because I was sitting in a seat where my laptop couldn't open. Yay. And just so people know, when it comes to the whole shooting the sample footage, I'm getting flack for, why haven't you posted these yet? And it's like, God, come on, people, I'm busy here. I got the camera on a Tuesday afternoon. I had 2 days to shoot, Wednesday and Thursday, because Friday I was heading out of town and I needed to plan shoots. Wednesday's shoot went great. That was the skateboarding shoot. Thursday, we got snowed out of the mountain, tried to do something in the rain, then the sun came out down here. So it was like sun down here where I needed rain, white out on the mountain where I needed snow. So Thursday was a complete loss. Friday, I had something in Portland we were driving up to, so I shot a little family stuff there, but nothing real. And Saturday's the same thing. We're up there for another event, so I really couldn't do much shooting Saturday. Sunday, I did shoot the snowboarding, which if you're following me on Instagram, you saw some of that. And then Sunday, drove back home. Monday morning, flew to Florida. Couldn't edit on the flight to Florida. Monday night, all day Tuesday night, Wednesday morning in meetings, doing stuff for the reason I was there. Finally started editing on the way home. So it was on the flight home that I was able to edit a lot of this footage. And let me tell you, 4K 60p on a laptop, even off the SSD drive, doesn't play back smoothly. So I had to render out proxy files, which was great. Go Final Cut. So I did that, did most of the editing, got to do a little bit more work. Like I said yesterday, I recorded intros and outros for everything, and I'm putting that together, and hopefully we'll get this out today. FYI, I have no idea what next week is going to entail because I got jury duty. So Monday morning at 8 a.m., I got to be at the courthouse, and I have to, do my due diligence as a citizen and see if I do or don't get selected. If I don't get selected, then obviously that's it. We're done. I'm back to business on Tuesday. If I do get selected, however, who knows? Who knows what will happen? So it is very safe to say that there will not be a live broadcast Monday morning at 9:30 Pacific. Depending on what happens throughout the day, maybe I'll come back to the studio late in the afternoon and do a live broadcast off schedule. maybe it'll end up getting, I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen Monday. Hopefully once I get through Monday, I'll know more about what's happening. But as long as I am on the jury, I will not be able to do a 9:30 a.m. Pacific broadcast for obvious reasons. So that's Monday for you guys. So I will try to get those videos out today so that we have those and you can be looking at those next week just in case I can't go live. Okay, that is it for today. I hope that was interesting. I hope that was useful for the photo critique. I like doing this sort of thing. And let's point out too, a photo critique is not like what I say is necessarily right. This is one man's opinion, and clearly Jeffrey's saying, "Oh, Joseph, lipstick, too much." So see, some people, too much, don't go there, and that's cool. So you get different opinions, and that's awesome. But that's it. I'm out of here, guys. I'm gonna go work on these videos, try and get these things up to you. Hey, don't forget thumbs up, thumbs down, like, subscribe, all that good stuff to the channel, and if you're interested in the gear, do me a favor, and this goes for all the videos. If you like the gear that you're seeing, you're thinking about buying it, I do put affiliate links in the bottom in the descriptions of these videos. Do click on those to buy them if you can, please. That just puts another nickel in the bag for the show, and that absolutely helps. Okay, guys. Any other comments coming up? Let's see here. Maybe a room key. Jeffrey, I like that. A room key added to it. That could be good. I think that's funny. Christian says, I think the napkin should be removed. The outline of the flower matches color to it, and it looks awkward. Okay, I see what you're saying. Why does my switching keep crashing? She's saying the green napkin in the background is kind of matching the color of the edge of the flowers or the stem of the flowers. And I think the problem is, and I don't disagree with that, I think that the challenge is that our photographer here is trying to use the green because it's a company color, he said. So it does, if it was a darker background, then the flowers would pop out more, but they might pop out too much to be separated from the card. Maybe try some with and without it. Well, I think that's a good suggestion. It's worth trying out. Okay, Lark's looking forward to the footage. Awesome. Jeffrey says, random. Does the aspect ratio of the GX85 both use shooting stills? I don't know what you mean. Does the aspect ratio of the GX85, but rephrase that, Jeffrey. I have no idea what you're saying. Steven says, thanks. Jeffrey says, oh, bother. Does the aspect ratio of the GX85 bother you for shooting stills? It's the same aspect ratio. They're all 4:3 aspect ratio. So I'm not sure what you're asking. All of the Micro Four Thirds cameras are 4:3 aspect ratio, and you can change them. You can shoot it at 2:3 or square or 16:9, but then you're cropping the sensor. So you're usually better off just shooting the whole thing and cropping in post. And thank you, Mac, for the thumbs up. And hello from Rich Hernigal from Finland. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. He's a good friend of mine. Okay. All right, that's it. That's the answer to the questions. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time. I have no idea when that's going to be because of jury duty. We'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.